Hello everyone! In this lesson, we're gonna start to transfer this diagram here to a real database project in MySQL. Nice? And we're gonna start it by this address table. So in this lesson, we're gonna create this address table here. But why first the address table? Simple. If you look here to this diagram, you'll see that the address table doesn't depend of any other table to exist. What? Wait, you may asking, what is dependence between tables? So if you look here to this user table here, you see that this user table, I wrote wrong here. I forgot the second D, so address in this way. So you see that this user table has a address ID field. So it means that to me create this user table, I need that the address table already exists, because this address ID here refers to the address table. So first I create the address table, after I create the users table, because in the users table I have this field address ID which refers to the address table. So first I create the address table, late the users table. The same logic happens to the phone table. As you can see here, in the phone table, we have the user ID field. So the user ID field refers to the user table, refers to a record inside the users table. So it means that to create the phone table, I need to have first the users table, because I have a field that refers to the users table. So doesn't make sense I start create my project from the phone table, because the phone table need the user table to exist, because here I have a field that refers to the users table. So basically it is dependence between tables, and you, every time that you will start a database project from a diagram, you need to start by the table that doesn't have any dependency. And if you look here, the address table doesn't have any dependency. If you look here from to its fields, as you can see here, we have the ID, street, number, city, and country. We don't have any field that refers to any other table. So it means that the address table doesn't have non dependency with other table. Nice? So let's get started by the address table. And another thing that we'll learn in this lesson is how to create a primary key in MySQL. If you don't remember, primary key is the third rule of the first normal form. So the third rule says each table in your database project should has a ID field, which is the primary key of the table, because the primary key is a way to identify a unique record, right? It's the ID of a record, right? So let's get started. So here in MySQL command line client, you can open it, type your password. Let's create a database for this lesson. So create database. I will call it of DB design. I will enter in this database. And before I teach you how to create the address table, I will teach you how to delete a table inside a database. I forgot to explain this thing in the previous modules, sorry, but I will teach you now. So let's go. How do I create how do I delete? Sorry, how do I delete a table in MySQL? Simple. First, let's create a table because inside this database we don't have a table. So let's create a table. So create table, some table, and here I will put age, some field, the type int, semicolon. So I will create a simple table with one single field. So I'll press enter. Okay, now I can use show tables to see all the tables. So we have some tables. So let's suppose that I don't want some tables in my project anymore. So how do I delete it? Simple. I can use the command drop table. The command drop table will drop this table, will delete this table. We'll send this table to the trash. Nice? So now I should put the name of the table that I want to delete. So some table, semicolon. And it will delete my table and all the data that are stored here. Nice. So if I make a show tables again, we don't have nothing because I delete the unique table that I have. So in this, after that, let's see how to create the address table here in our database project. So the address table basically has the ID field, street field, number field, city field, country field. So I can go here and I can use create table addresses in plural. Is a good practice that each table in your database project has its name in plural. Nice. It's a good practice. Nice. So addresses, and a good thing about the command line client, this little software here, is that I can open parentheses and press enter, and I can create, I can define, I can type commands in multi-line. So I can use multi-line commands here directly from the command line client. So I will create a table addresses with the field ID field, which will have the type int, and it will be a primary key. How do I say to MySQL that it is a primary key? Simple. I just use the keyword primary key in this way. So I'm saying to MySQL that this ID field is the primary key of my addresses table. Nice. After that, we need to put here another keyword, which is auto underscore increment, comma. So basically, I'm saying to MySQL that this ID field here is a primary key and it is auto incremented. What it means? It means that every record that I add inside my table will have its ID value incremented by the previous. So for instance, let's suppose that my addresses table is empty, nothing there. And I insert my first record, my first address. By the moment that I insert my first address, the ID of this address, the field ID of this address will be 0. If I add another address, another record, the ID field of this second record will be 1, so incremented. Nice? If I put a third record, a third address in my addresses table, the field ID will be incremented from 2 to 3. From 1 to 2. Sorry. So the auto increment will increment the ID of each new record from 0 to beyond. Nice. You will understand it better later. But for now is it. Now press enter to create another line. And let's create the second one here, the second field here, which is street. So street, the type will be varchar, because I don't know the fixed size. So each street in the world has a different numbers of characters in its name. So I'll put here, I don't know, maybe 1 to 0. It's a good size, I think. A good thing to do about each new field that you will create in your tables is to put this keyword here, not null. This keyword will guarantee that this field here will never store a new value. Will never store nothing. So by the moment that we define not null in a field, we say to MySQL that this field is obligatory. So every time that I want to create a new address, I need to pass a street. I need to fill the street field. Nice. So it's basically it. Let's pass to the next field, which is the number, the number of the house. Né? So number, the type will be int, because I think that in every place in the world the number of each house is integer. So int, not null. We're gonna have the city varchar 1 to 0, not null. You don't need to put not null in the primary key, because it is auto incremented. So it will be every time auto give a value. Nice. So you don't need to put not null in the primary key. Nice. So after, we need to put here the country. Country. Nice. Country varchar 1 to 0, not null. And that's it. So I think that we finish our address table. And when you finish, we can put here the close parentheses and put here semicolon and press enter. And that's it. We create our first table. So if I make a show tables here, you can see that we have our addresses table. And I can use a describe addresses. And we have here our table. The ID, which is primary key and auto increment, not null, as you can see here. And here we create our first table following the rules of database design.